We got a lot of construction done on the boat this week, including spending a lot of time building in the head, and my parents were here helping paint the inside of the ballast tanks. My mom was here helping do some fiberglass work on the head. We got a lot done, and we also got a really great visit from some friends that you guys might know. My name is Matt. Follow along as I turn Duracell, the legendary ocean racing sailboat, into a comfortable cruising home. This is the location where I'm building the head, just aft of the stateroom on the starboard side next to the salon area. Thanks again to Marcos for making these drawings for us. Before I can begin construction of the head, I need to sand the entire area where the head will be built. I have to sand off all the paint where I will be fiberglassing so the epoxy will have good adhesion, and I will be repainting the rest, which requires a good tooth sanded on the surface of the old paint, but it's not necessary to remove everything.
Matt spends hours and hours, whole days, sanding. Even on these sanding days, he still ends the day content to have spent another day on Duracell. Here's a slightly uncomfortably long sanding montage, just to give you a little taste.
Cranston and I also spent an afternoon laminating 2 sheets of flat stock for the head. This session we did an experiment and laminated 2 sheets at the same time and stacked them inside the vacuum bag with breather cloth and release paper between them to separate them. It worked really well. This is just one layer of 17-ounce Biox per side on the 6-pound recycled PET foam. I laminated 2 pieces of flat stock at the same time to get more done at the same time. They turned out really well, and next time I may try to do 3 at a time.
We got this package in the mail, and I think I know what it might be. Yes!
What?
It's beautiful! Thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Randy. That's awesome. Using the flat stock that Cranston and I laid up, I cut out the first wall of the head. I used the mock-up piece to trace out the shape and then just cut along the line. Fits perfect. Next, I cut out the aft bulkhead that makes the aft wall of the head. It is in 2 pieces because the shape is too big to fit onto one sheet of flat stock. So I'll fit in both pieces and fiberglass them together in place. The door's not big enough.
Oh no.
It's okay, just stay right there.
Does it fit?
Fits. Last, I cut out the door to the bathroom. I'm hoping to use this piece that I've cut out as the door, so I'm being very careful to get the cut right. Here are the very early stages of the head getting built. This door is actually for the shower. That door is to the entrance to the head. I've got floorboards mocked up inside there. Where I'm standing right here is where the shower is going to be. There's a lot to do, obviously. Tape these pieces in so that they're stuck to the boat. Build the cabinetry that's inside on the outboard end of the head. And then building the shower, they will be building the shower pan first, which will be down inside this little piece of the bilge. And then the sump pump will be down after that. Anyway, there's a lot to do. My mom came over to help me glass in the walls of the head. We used 4-inch wide tapes of 17-ounce double bias fiberglass with peel ply applied to the surface, of course. It's so much faster to have an extra set of hands, and of course, it's fun to spend time with my parents working on the boat. You can take this and your paint tray and roll epoxy over it.
Okay.
You can see it's already kind of absorbing into it from the stuff you painted on already.
Yeah.
And so just do like a quick roll, and it doesn't look like it's saturated right now,
Right.
but it will. Like, we'll give it some time to absorb, and then if it looks like it needs more, then we can come back and
Okay.
add more. Got that all done? It wouldn't be a Duracell episode without a bunch of epoxy pumping. We got all the walls glassed in on the inside of the headspace. The next day I glassed in all the outside corners, and from here I can begin working on the shower area.
So a lot of our viewers think we should have 2 heads. I'm curious if you've had any more thoughts about that.
I have thought about it a lot, and I do see the advantage of having 2 heads, especially specifically for when we have guests on board and keeping like it being, giving people privacy. But for the majority of the time, it's just going to be Yannick and I on the boat, and it does sound kind of ironic, but I do like to keep things simple in that, in keeping just one head, keeping the plumbing to a minimum and the systems to a minimum. And I've also, spent a lot of time on the interior design of the boat already, and changing or adding something like a head would change the design a lot on the interior. And I know that I am going to like the design that we are working towards. And so, I'm pretty happy with just having one head in the boat.
Wow. Look at that. The doghouse is closed now.
We were very happy to get a visit from Maya and Aladino. We actually met these two on a beach in Baja California years ago when Yanni and I were cruising, before either of us had YouTube channels. If you don't know these two, they are talented boat builders and filmmakers and are currently refitting their Cape George cutter on their awesome YouTube channel, Sailing Magic Carpet. Aladino is currently building a dinghy called a Scout. It's a plywood, stitch and glue construction, sailing and rowing dinghy that I'm actually thinking of building for Duracell, so I'll be curious to watch their videos and see how it goes. The old ones were here, and so we're going to change it to a sweat.
So meta.
Carbon chain plates that go in there.
Yeah, okay. Filmmakers. Yeah.
You have the paparazzi here with you.
That's right.
Should we like swap project for a week? Would that be
Sure.
fun?
I don't know if you want me doing woodwork.
That's exactly what I want.
I feel like that would actually be a hilarious premise for a YouTube video.
Yeah, right?
I was thinking like as a April Fool's joke, I could put my Aladino accent on.
Oh, let's hear it, honey.
No.
Come on.
It only comes out at April Fool's.
Wear Aladino's famous, the Euro style work pants that you're always wearing.
Yeah, with my elephant ear pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. I was saying, if you continue like you have, you'll be done in a year. The progress we've seen now, since we've seen the boat
Nope.
last time,
Nope.
a lot has happened. No pressure. No predictions
Thank
here.
you.
It's just meant as congratulations on what has happened.
Thank you.
Really amazing.
Yeah, well, 2 years is what we're hoping for.
Yeah,
But even that's pretty ambitious, I think.
yeah.
I know I keep saying it, but we are really getting close to being done with the ballast tanks. We just have to paint the insides of them, and then the lids get glued on, and they get glassed in, and they're done. So, as far as I'm concerned, the hardest part of building these is over. And as a reminder, these are not seats. So even though I'm sitting on it, this area will become a nav station. I'll actually sit up higher than this. This area will be lockers. That side will be galley mostly. This one will be a bench. So that's the only one that will actually become a bench. We'll have wedged cushions to make the seat back the right angle. But we're getting close. I'm really anxious for them to be done. My parents came over to paint the insides of the upper ballast tanks using the Interline 975P, an epoxy-based tank coat specifically used for freshwater tanks that Dave, the paint pro, sent us. It comes in two parts. The white is the base and the orange stuff is the converter. As you can see, it's quite thick and messy. Stuff is messy.
Does part of you want to just dive in and
Take a
splash
bath in
around,
it.
take a bath?
Uh-huh. We have to apply at least 2 coats. Both my parents came by to help get the first coat done, and my mom came back a couple days later to do the second coat. We have a new Patreon to thank this week. His name is Eric, and he's a sailor from the Northeast. He's had a few boats, including a little harbor, which he used to race in to Bermuda. Now he's slightly over to the dark side with a nice new powerboat, but he still has a Beetle Cat that he sails around. So thank you very much to Eric.
And there's kind of a small funny story about Eric. So he is on the producing team for the show This Old House, which Matt told me he loved watching as a kid. He would watch it when he got home from school. And that made me confess, I never told this to Matt, but before we had Duracell in our yard, all ideas were on the table for how to pay for this massive project. We hadn't yet had the YouTube idea, and any idea was on the table. So I emailed This Old House and I submitted a proposal to come do like a boat series offshoot of This Old House featuring Matt and Duracell. And I never heard back. That's okay. Then we had the YouTube idea. So thank you, Eric.
Thank you again, Eric.